Welcome MOTU fans to another Third Earth Reviews toy review, and today I will be taking a look at the brand new Masters of the Universe Classics Ultimate Faker from Super 7. So before we take a look at our figure, let's take a look at our packaging. Out of the shipping box, Faker comes in this plain cardboard box. On the front of the box we have Masters of the Universe Classics logo with Ultimate Faker listed below. Once the box is open, we can find our carded figure inside. Faker comes on this blister card packaging that fully showcases the figure, his accessories, and the fake mini comic. This is done in theme to the vintage style packaging from the original toy line by Mattel. It has the same red and blue background, and on the back of the card back, we have a new image of Faker battling against He-Man. Out of all of the Ultimate reviews so far, Faker's card back is the most similar to the vintage counterpart. There are no changes in the character shown, and the background has the same setting. There are instructions on how to swap out Faker's head, alongside images of future Super 7 Masters of the Universe figures. As I explained in my initial video, I do have some serious issues with the card back, mostly with the design choice of the punch hole that takes away from the beautiful artwork, and the sliced opening and taped bottom of the card. I feel that both of these design choices take away from the overall collector's item feeling that this figure is supposed to have. In addition, when I was removing the figure from the packaging, I noticed that the fake mini comic was taped to the clear plastic shell, similar to what I found with He-Man and Skeletor's packaging. This was not done with Ram-Man or Teela's packaging, so it seems to be with only some of the figures. The tape also left a sticky substance on my fake mini comic. I'm sure it's easy to clean off, but not something I was expecting when I opened up the package. Out of all of the Ultimate figures, Faker is definitely one of my favorites. I've always been a huge fan of the character and the color palette they used for the toy. The blues and oranges go great with each other, and the metallic orange paint added to the armor is a nice touch. I'm glad that Super 7 added this extra detail, since most of the time Faker is just a repainted He-Man figure. Once his armor is removed, we can see that Super 7 also included a modern take of the vintage sticker. The details for the robotic parts are clean with no smudges in the image. Overall, this Ultimate Edition of Faker is a fantastic upgrade from the vintage toy. Faker has the same articulation as most of the Masters of the Universe classic figures, meaning his head is on a ball joint so he can look up and down as well as left to right. His shoulders also have the same ball-like joints so they can go up and down as well as out to the side. Similar to what we saw with the Skeletor figure, the shoulder pads do limit his arm movements just a bit, but it's not really too noticeable. There are swivels at his biceps, bends at his elbows, and rotations at his wrists. Faker has the standard MOTU ab crunch as well as the waist swivel. His legs have the ball-like joints at the thighs, so his legs can move forwards, backwards, out to the sides, and rotate at the hips. His knees have the standard bends, there are swivels at his boot cuts, and he has rockers at his ankles so his feet can move up and down. Faker comes with several different accessories, including 2 additional heads, one stylized after the vintage toy, and the other is a battle-damaged head. Although the battle-damaged head is done very well, with amazing painted and sculpted details, I do wish that Faker came with a battle-damaged armor so that we could have completed this look. The heads can be switched out by popping off one version and popping on another onto the ball joint. Faker also comes with a shield, a battle axe, and 3 different versions of the power sword. There is the standard version of the power sword, a version based off the original toy, so it's a half sword, and an Alcala mini comic style power sword. All of these weapons have a similar paint deco to that of Skeletor's weapons, so it has a darker flat orange color with a metallic orange paint for the actual blade. Now, while it doesn't have the same pop as the purple for Skeletor's weapons, it's still a perfect fit for the figure, and it goes well with the blue of his skin. As we've seen with the other swords in this toy line, only the vintage style sword can be held in his hands easily. I had to heat up the plastic just a bit with a hairdryer to get any of the other swords to fit in his hand. Although I do think that this tight grip was done intentionally so that the toy version of the sword would not fall out of his hand when he held it. And finally we have the fake mini comic that has an incredible modern image of Faker being created with an interesting bio on the back. Super 7 revealed these Ultimate figures at the 2016 New York Comic Con. Unfortunately, the Masters of the Universe Classics Ultimate figures were made to order, so Super 7 does not have any additional stock. So if you are interested in one of these figures, you will have to go to secondary markets online, like sites as Big Bad Toy Store or eBay. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you can check out all my other reviews. I will have another Masters of the Universe Classics Ultimate review up tomorrow, so until then, This has been Third Earth Reviews.